DBS community, welcome back to another video with Chris. Today we're going to be going over the Goku Piccolo deck that's come out in set 23. If you guys like these videos, please like and subscribe. All that is very supportive to the channel. Myself, as we get through the rest of the year. Content-wise, we'll have some more podcast episodes. Probably have at least one or two before Nats. That's kind of the goal with me and Kenny. Then obviously next year, at the beginning of the year, we get Fusion World. I think it's like February or something. So that'd be really cool to finally start being able to stream that on there. And the goal is to be the #1 Fusion World streamer and content creator. So we're gonna do a lot with Fusion World. I'm super excited about it. Back to the task at hand. We have the Goku Piccolo deck. This is the first blue deck outside of the promo that was announced for set 23. So we have Goku on this side. He is a blocker. Permanent, if you have a blue Sun Goku card without barrier in play, your blue Goku cards can't be attacked. So leader doesn't count it being in play. It has to be at least one battle card without barrier, and then your Piccolo cards cannot be attacked. It's a very interesting concept. When you attack, you draw 1 and then take up to 1 life. And when your life becomes 6 or less, or when you are piercing special beam cannon, auto skill activates, you draw 1 of this card over. So on this side, we actually are not a traditional Awakened leader, which is very cool. This is Piccolo and Goku Ragtag Alliance. Art actually on the backside is pretty fire. This art's really cool. This art's just kind of, apparently Goku got his shirt back, so it's kind of weird. We have Sun Goku and Piccolo. As I said before, you draw when you attack. And then auto, if you have a piercing special beam cannon in your battle area at the end of your opponent's main phase, you may flip this card over. If you do, switch this and up to 1 of your energy to active mode. This card gets 5k for the turn, and then choose 1 of your blue Piccolo cards, and it gets barrier. So the concept of this is being able to switch back and forth between these two sides. On this side, you're able to restand your leader, gain a 5k bump, so then you'll go back to a 15. Well, you'll be a 15k with blocker that restands, and you'll give you choose 1 of your Piccolo cards, and it gets barrier, which means that unless they have barrier removal, which a lot of decks do nowadays, they won't be able to kill it though. And then Goku also has the ability of blocking attack, but then they also can't attack if you have a Goku in play. So it's kind of interesting. It's a very strange concept, but this is a kind of the blue version of like the Field Coup, or not Field Coup, like the Flip Gohan yellow deck, but instead of normal field spells being able to flip, you're now basing off of this one card called Piercing Special Beam Cannon. So Special Beam Cannon is a very interesting card. We're gonna go over here in a second. I thought I put it at the front of this. We have Krillin and Son Gohan. These are the 2 1-drops that come with the deck. Cantrip, and then top 5 for a Goku or Piccolo that cost 5 or less. Same auto for both of these. When this card is sent from the drop to your send this card from the drop to your warp. When a Piercing Special Beam Cannon is placed in your battle area, draw 1, add 1 card from your life, and then discard 1 card from your hand. So essentially, you can play one of these, use it to combo, so you can play your Piercing Special Beam Cannon from the Z Energy, or your Z deck, and once it's played, this card obviously will already be in the drop, so you can actually choose this card, send it to the warp, and then take a life, or draw 1, take up to 1 life, and then discard 1 card. So you're definitely going to want to take the life that we can at least +1. But both of these cards come with the deck. Very simple concepts. Neither one of them search out each other, do anything like that. Just anything special, but they're just good 1-drops. And we have Piercing Special Beam Cannon, so this is the Z extra card you're going to play. Auto, if your leader is a mono blue Son Goku and you remove the card from the game, when your blue Piccolo card attacks, the attacking card gains crit for the battle, then reduces the energy cost of the next Piercing Special Beam Cannon you place in your battle area this turn by 1 blue. Since it already costs 1 blue, this essentially costs 0, and you just have to pay the Z energy. Additionally, if you may choose 1 of your blue Goku battle cards and KO it, if you do, choose that 1 of your opponent's battle cards, put the bottom of the owner's deck, and the attacking card gets 15k power. So it's a 15k, power boost that also gives you crit. And you also can play on another one for free afterwards. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty power, and it has spot removal in it too. So a lot of things to do here. Obviously, you have to have a blue Piccolo card swinging, and then you have to be able to kill a blue Son Goku card. So a lot of like requirements for it, but I would say like it's pretty easy to do that. This is what the entire deck is based off of anyways. Obviously, it's being able to play this card out. Now some of the Gokus we have, 2 from the actual set, Save Your Emotions and Rage Against Saiyans. One's a 15k blocker, one's a 15k crit. Both, when they're played, they play out a 3-drop Piccolo with its non-keyword skills negated for the turn. So you have to play the 3-drops, which you do have in the archetype, and then activate main. Your leader's backside is Son Goku and Piccolo Ragtag Alliance. You have a special beam cannon in your battle area. You may play this card from your hand. So you can play these cards when you're on your actually, I think you can play it on either side. So yeah, as long as your leader's backside is this particular leader, you can play both of these guys for one. So one's a 15k blocker, one's a crit. Both of them play a card. And then we have this Goku, Son Goku combo with an old enemy, 20k dual attack or block. Same sort of effect, but now you get to draw a card when you play this card. And when this card attacks, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards greater than their energy and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. So this has some border removal as well in it, and being able to swing twice and draw you a card. This card's fantastic. For a 1-drop that swings twice, removes something, and draws you a card, it's pretty solid. So definitely, you're more likely if you play this deck, you're going to want to max out of this card. This is definitely your best play turn 3 on. Then we have some of the Piccolos. We have Piccolo holding back and Piccolo counter. Both of these, neither one of these have skills. So like when you play this off the Gokus, this card will not have any of these skills for that turn. But you can also play this card from your hand, same sort of requirement as the leader, but now these cards draw you cards when you play them. And then they both have an activate battle. Both if it's your opponent's turn, so holding back, you switch a Goku with 3 cost to active mode, choose one of your opponent's battle cards that cost 4 less, return to the owner's hand at the end of the battle. And then we have Piccolo counter. Similar thing, you restand a Goku, and then you also give a card 5k for the battle. Both of these are pretty, I would say, mid. Like, they will draw a card, which is cool, but you can only do these effects on your opponent's turn. You do get an energy back, but do you really want to rely on this to use that energy? You're probably going to want to use it for something else, like an engage or something else. So it's cute, but it's just kind of part of the archetype, so you might play, you might not. We'll go into the rest of the Piccolos here. We have Rage Against the Saiyans, and then combo with an old friend. So the 5-drop is a searchable target off the Gohan. The 6-drop is not, he's not 5 or less. But Piccolo is a 20k dual attacker. Same sort of thing. You can play it you can only play it if you have a blue Goku that costs 4 in play, which is the old combo with an old enemy card we just looked through like 2 slides ago. When this card attacks, use up to 1 blue card with a combo power of 5k from your drop with its skills negated, and this swings twice. And each time it can do this, so it's basically going to swing for 25k both times, and also being able to build the energy is pretty good. Then you have an activate battle of your opponent's turn, draw 1, then choose 20 of your blue Gokus, which is active. So this card also draws you a card. So this actually is much better because this you can swing with it twice, and then you can draw a card on defense, and then restand a Goku, and gain 2's energy with that. So this is a pretty solid card here. And we have combo with an old enemy. If you have a blue Goku card in play when this card attacks, draw 1. That's pretty cool. But you can play it for 1 if you have a blue extra card in your battle area and your leader's blue. So this is just good generic support. This will probably be played in like Soul Striker. I can definitely see that being played in Soul Striker. This deck obviously it's not needed, but for 2 energy total, if you pay activate battle, you can give one of your Namekian cards in your battle area 5k in double strike for the battle. So you can give this card 5k in double strike, and give another card 5k in double strike, as long as it is a Namekian and it's in your battle area. So it can be any color, which is a very special thing that we'll go over here in a little bit of what you can do with this card. Alright, so then we have the Son Goku strat of Sacrifice. This is the Z battle card that comes with the deck. If you have the special beam cannon in your battle area, you switch this card to rest mode. When one of your blue Goku cards attacks is negated by an opponent's skill, choose with one of your blue Goku blue Pickles and it costs 6 or less, switch it to active mode, and your opponent can't activate blocker for the turn. To kind of stop like token negates. And when this card is KO'd by one of your skills, choose one of your opponent's battle cards that cost 4 or less and place it at the bottom of your deck. That's also something that you can do as well. So you can KO this Goku card and then activate all those effects. So one thing is you can actually use with the Piccolo here is that if you have the Goku already on board, you can play the Piccolo, so get that draw the card. If they get the attack, you can then tap the Goku, restand the Piccolo, and then swing again and draw a second card. So that's pretty cool. And then they also can't activate blocker, so like if you swing and they have a token negate on board that they just use, they can't block it, you can tap another blue, make it a 20k double striker, and then just hand dump. So that's pretty sweet. The card being a 6 cost, so what's interesting is the card being a 6 cost but a 15k means that it does get hit by some stuff. It's not a small body at all because its energy cost is not being reduced, but still gets hit by charismatic villain, hits like Beerus Ball. It gets around some counterplays, being a 6 cost, but it's kind of okay. It's just not like the best thing you're gonna play. You definitely want to play it in this deck because it kind of goes with the deck. But again, this is I think gonna be a card you're gonna see in like Soul Striker decks, just because it's just like a blue good stuff card. All right, and then we have 2 other cards that came in the archetype. We have Master Roshi, accidentally involved Earthling, and then Son Gohan, Saiyan Strength. So Master Roshi works if you have a blue extra card in your battle area, you reduce it by 1, and if your leader is this particular leader, you switch this card to rest mode. When this card is played, you have to play a Goku from your drop with the skills negated. This is kind of just not a great card. You're not going to tap 1 to just play a skills from the drop. This doesn't make any sense. The Gohan card, however, is unique. Costs 1 blue. If you have 3 more energy, and when one of your Son Goku cards is KO'd, you may play this card from your hand. So it doesn't say by your skill, or this doesn't have to be on your turn either. This can be on your opponent's turn. So if they remove a Goku card on your battle area by KOing it, you can play this card for free. I'm sorry, for 1. You pay 1 blue. When this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. Then this card gets 10k and double strike for the turn. So being able to do this on offense is great. Obviously, it's a 25k double striker that you can play for 1, but you also can play on your opponent's turn if they get rid of one of your Gokus, and then you can bottom deck whatever they have on board. So it's like a weird little battle trick. I definitely think you would play this card. But it's just kind of, it's a cute little tech. Definitely a cute little tech. Some people probably won't run it in this deck, but it is a pretty cool tech, I think. Definitely one of the more interesting cards that we've seen come out of blue. So that is the just kind of the breakdown. Now we're going to go into the deck portion of the video and see what we came up with. All right, so we have a 50 card list here. This is I believe it's exactly 50 cards. So we'll go over some of the new stuff and just kind of my thought process behind this. So I actually spent a little bit of time on this deck. I actually built 2 different versions of this deck. This is the one I decided to make the video for because I felt it was a little more consistent. But I'll go over what I was kind of doing with the other deck, probably in the side deck portion of this video. By the side deck, I mean just other cards you can include in the main deck. Not necessarily saying that cards that are in the side deck are like side deck cards. So just keep that in mind. So first, we are running Son Gohan calling for help. So this is not the same Gohan, but we play this Gohan because it searches top 5 for any blue or green Goku or Piccolo, which is, I feel like, slightly better. So this makes your 6-drop searchable. There's also some other cards we can actually run in the deck searchable as well. But being able to search out any Goku or any Piccolo that's blue or green has a lot of characters. There's a lot of things you can do with this. So this is the one that we're going to end up playing. We do play 4 Krillins just so we have the auto effects that we can use this to pop off of the special beam cannon. We have 3 Calamity Challenger Gokus. So this is a 15k Goku with blocker. This card works very, very well with the idea with the Piccolos. Also works with the other Gohan I was just showing, which can be played if one of your Goku's KO. This has blockers. This is definitely going to be blocking. If you have 3 more energy and you leave a blue stain, you draw a card and you play it. It's 15k deflect blocker. Bottom effect doesn't matter because we're not going to do it. Also searchable. So for that card, we have 4 Rage Against Saiyans. This is the 15k crit. And we do not play the other Goku that has blocker because we have Calamity Challenger, and Calamity Challenger draws us a card. So, but this is the one that can play out the skillless, or not the skills, but the non-keyword skill negating Piccolos from the drop. So we do have some Piccolos we're going to go over here in a second. The last card here is going to be the Son Goku combo with an old enemy. For this card, turn 3 and on is probably the card you're going to spend an energy on every time on offense. This card is fantastic. Thankfully, the auto here is not limit 1, meaning if you keep one of these on board and you play another one, now you have 2 20k dual attackers that can bottom deck something off of each one of their attacks. So for Piccolos, you have 3 Rage Against Saiyans. This is the 5 cost. 3 combo with an old enemy. And we have this card here, Piccolo Piercing Flash. So this is not a card that came out with this set. This actually came out with the green U7 Gohan deck that came out. So the bottom effect, we're not a Warrior of Universe 7, so we can't actually use this effect. But this is a 3-cost Piccolo, and he's not like special Piccolo, he's just a Piccolo, meaning we can play this card off of this Goku. So why would we play this card over the other ones? Well, this is a 20k double striker that can bottom deck any of your opponent's card when it's played. So it will have its double strike, it will not have its auto, but it will have the double strike function on there. So when you play this, it will play the Piccolo with its non-keyword skills negated. So you, like the auto and stuff will be negated, but you're going to play a 20k double striker for for 1 energy and a 15k crit. Just allows you to kind of swing pressure a little bit, especially if you're attempting to aggro someone down early, like turn 2. I think this is playable on turn 2. Yeah, you're probably gonna play this card on turn 2. So being able to go into this and this in the same turn, plus your leader swing, plus whatever else you have established already, that's pretty scary. Like a 20k double striker is pretty scary. We have 2 Saiyan Synergy Goku and Vegeta. So this is kind of interesting because this is also a Goku, so this is searchable off of the Gohan. It's a negate, but then also if you bottom deck this card when your opponent swings at a leader, you can give your leader 5k for the turn. So because your leader is able to restand an energy on defense, you can go back into this Goku, so it become a 15k, and then you can also slam one of these guys down. You go up to 20k, and you bottom deck this card, and now you're at a 20k leader without even using Senzu Beans or anything else. So I definitely think this is a pretty interesting tech. Again, searchable off Gohan. The other Gohan also could search it anyways because it is a 1-drop, but still a very cool little combination there. 4 Vegeta super combos. There's a Piccolo super combo you can play. I just think Vegeta's probably a little bit better. 2 Oob. This is your kind of your big moth monster. Any blue deck, any like mid-range blue deck is going to be playing Oob. So you're going to see it in every blue deck. With Z energy becoming more of a thing, you're going to be able to really fill up your opponent's Z energy, and this card's going to be free. I mean, this card's going to be 2 cost for most games now. Being able to remove 3 cards, draw a card, it's a 30k double striker that taxes your opponent if they decide to counter. Pretty solid. Very, very solid card. And it's a 5k combo, too. So we have 2 Raditz provoking attack. Same kind of reason why you're running every other blue deck. Good negate. Being able to essentially like stun lock your opponent from playing certain cards because they have the bottom deck cards. It's pretty interesting. Also works as the blocker as well, too, so that's always good. 4 beans, 3D magic, standard blue stuff. 317, again, it's just standard blue stuff. We have 2 of the Son Gohan Saiyan Strength since we are running quite a bit of Gokus here. What's that? 8, 12, 8, 11, 13? So that's pretty solid. Yeah, we have 13 targets for this card. So I like that. And then being able to just play this card out for 1 and then just getting rid of something is pretty powerful. Last 2 cards, we have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Heated Fighting Spirit. That's your overwhelm of choice. And then again, we're playing the Kaioken. So Kaioken with this deck, it is searchable off of the Gohan, which I found to be very interesting. Again, when blue, a lot of decks are playing the cunning cards. But I think most people are probably going to suspect Beast Gohan. Probably, obviously, depending on it. Like, if you play this card at your locals a lot and people know you're playing this card, a lot of people aren't going to be suspecting this particular card. And also, like the cunnings, that doesn't hit your leader. So even if you're able to restand an energy, like, it's not going to change much. So this card here is pretty powerful. I think just being able to restand all your energy and then just having a big 40k triple attacker is pretty good. Like, you restand your energy, and then you have more energy for more plays. I think it's solid. I definitely think it's solid. It's unfortunate just how good the Ghost Warrior cards and the cunning cards are, but it's still kind of an interesting option to run, I think. So for the Z deck, 2 of the Goku strategy of sacrifice, just because it comes with the archetype, also just acts as another Goku target. 3 special beam cannon. You can definitely easily bump this up to 4. Being able to sack this card off, buff a card, and then also being able to then go into another one for free. Solid. We have 1 Genepa Pure Evil. You saw this in probably the last video. This is just an interesting blue card. I think more blue decks should start playing this as a extra card, as a Z battle card in your Z extra deck. So when this card's played, you bottom deck a 3 or less, and then if you have 4 more energy, when a card is bottom decked, you can restand an energy at the end of the turn. So that's kind of cool. So being able to like play this, bottom deck something, and then automatically just ding, now you can bottom deck, now you can restand an energy at the end of the turn. And with Goku, you're able to restand 2 energy. So it's like kind of like a mini Soul Striker effect. So I think this card's pretty cool. Last one is going to be Beerus. It's been around since the dawn of the Z deck. So this is a fantastic blue card. I think every blue deck still plays it. If they don't, that's probably playing something like very generically. Actually, even like Android 21 decks, I'm pretty sure you're gonna probably play at least one of these guys. So for the side deck, so these are options you can end up looking into to main deck because I feel like they could potentially work. So one is Piccolo 3 moves ahead. So this is from last year's anniversary box. But this is a 5-drop blue Piccolo. So this is searchable off of both Gohans. It also counts as a Piccolo, so you can give this card 15k. It already has crit, 20k crit blocker. Arrival for 2, 1 blue, 1 green. You play it, draw a card, and then you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it can't attack or activate blocker for the turn. And then at the end of your turn, you switch this card to active mode. So this also works as a blocker, but it kind of forces you to play blue-green. I was definitely working on some sort of blue-green strategy. I think outside of androids, like blue-green just doesn't have a huge place right now, but it is an option for you to use if you like to experiment with the rival decks. I definitely think this deck can do it, especially since it can restand any energy at the when you flip. So you can just restand a green energy, a blue energy, a blue-green energy, whatever it is you want to use. So kind of to pair with that, we have a Goku that's a 5 cost. Goku and Gohan, Saiyans of Earth, still cost 2. You put one of your opponent's battle cards 5 or less into their energy, and then you make your opponent discard a card. It's a pretty solid card. Again, it's searchable off actually both Gohans. Just another interesting card that you can potentially run if you do play blue-green. And then, of course, another blue-green card is going to be Hirudegarn. If you do go the blue-green route, being able to play Hirudegarn is actually very solid. This card is crazy good. So this card actually makes your Kaioken plays a little bit better because you are able to swing with this, make your opponent discard a card, and then you can pop and kill one of your own Gokus, which can trigger your... it triggers this effect. So you can KO one of your Gokus and play this card from your hand, so you can actually basically cheat out this Gohan. And then not that it matters, but you can do the same thing with your like the special beam cannon kind of thing. So yeah, so this is kind of cool. So you have that available to you. You also can play this. So what's cool is you can go into the Goku here, and this is if you want to play more of the 3-drop Goku. So you can go Goku. Goku will then play out Piccolo. You swing both of those. Now that you have 2 or more blue-green cards in play, this card now becomes available to play for 3 energy. And then you can swing this, and then you can kill the Piccolo off since it doesn't have skills anyways. And you can just replay it off of another Goku. So that's pretty cool. So again, I think this card is heavily underutilized. Andrew Duvall designed a very good card with this if he was the one who ended up designing this card. We just need to see blue-green come back in some sort of way where it's not focused on like androids. So again, with blue-green, Android 21 Secret Rare, you can also play this as your Secret Rare of choice. You charge 1 green. Now you have a instant board wipe, barrier removal, as well as not token removal, but unison removal, and you can also ramp yourself 2 life. So like this is pretty cool. So you just like if you go down to 6 or 5, and then you can go back up to 7, and then when you hit 6 again, you can use your leader effect again instead of having to wait for a special beam cannon. So last card, another Secret Rare, which is Piccolo Gohan. So your leader is a Piccolo card on the Awakened side. On the side, as you can see, we are a Piccolo card, and we can play this card in this deck too. So that's pretty cool. So you actually can use this sort of as a game finisher, and this deck has so much utility when it comes to Secret Rares, like being able to play like off meta colors like blue-green, or being able to play completely different color Secret Rare in this Piccolo Gohan. It definitely gives you a different opportunity against your opponent. So it kind of keeps them on their toes. If someone was swinging with one of their Piccolos that had a 15k crit buff, so like you can go like this guy, right? Like with control of an old enemy, you can use this card. You can use the special beam cannon effect, give it 15k in crit, so it's a 30k. You can tap 1, give it 5 more k, so it's 35k double strike crit. Then you throw a Piccolo Gohan on top of that, go into 65k double strike crit for what, probably maybe 2 energy, maybe 3 energy. That's still pretty good for a blue deck. So this card just gives you a little more killing power. Definitely think it's something that people should explore if they're going to play this deck. So that is what I came up for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Oh, let me go back. There we go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are excited about this deck, let me know down below in the comments. If I missed something or something's not correct, please let me know in the comments. I'm sure somebody will do that. Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Take care, and we'll see you guys in the next video.